Drugs, alcohol, and mental health are some of the vices that plague America today. Welcome to the Undocumented Truth. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Undocumented Truth. With me in the studio this evening is, I'll let you introduce yourself. Go on.
Hi everyone, I am Linda Reteki. I am a licensed independent social worker in the state of Ohio, and I work with people who have alcoholism, drug addiction, and mental health illness. And I help them, empower them and their families to learn about this disease and to learn the coping skills and medication-assisted therapies to help them overcome this deadly pandemic and live sustainable lives.
Oh wow, that was a mouthful, and thank you very much. Seems like you're doing quite a bit of everything, and it sounds like you're doing a lot for your community. So first of all, thank you very much.
The honor is mine.
Why did you decide to get into such a profession in the first place?
Well, I'll be honest and say that, this was like an accidental switch for me. I was a dialysis social worker for a while, and I had my little cousin who, while I was in camp, I was here in the US, he had overdosed on drugs and was luckily found and taken to the hospital. So that little sparked interest in me.
Right.
And so when this opportunity came to me to become to work with alcoholics and addicts, I just wanted to know more because most people are in denial. And I also think that, we do not really understand what it is. And we think that, it's a choice that we make, which is not.
Sorry about your cousin. Did they come out all right from the situation?
Yes, we are now fine and substance free.
All right, very good. So let me ask you this, right? I'm assuming that your background, you're from Africa, right? You're from Cameroon.
Yes, I am.
And drugs, alcohol, and addictions of the sort that you just spoke of are not very common in the community that you come from. So are you helping people from your community, or you're helping people from America?
So currently I am working with, diverse population. I would say most of my clients, patients right now are white, Caucasian, but we have a huge black majority as well. So one of the things is we have very few Africans, that come for treatment. I work at a rehab where you have detox, residential care, partial hospitalization, as well as intensive outpatient programming. So we have few Africans coming to get the help that they need. And it really hurts me because we are in denial.
Do a lot of African immigrants come in because of these problems, or?
I will tell you, I have seen just two since I've been working there for over 2 years.
Okay. So I know people, like you said, most of the people that are affected by this pandemic are always in some kind of denial. So what are the challenges that you face to let them open up to you and accept the assistance that you're providing for them?
For anyone to admit and say that they have an issue is very difficult. Most of the times, we have family, friends pointing out to us that, you have a substance use, you have an addiction, and you always deny and say, no, I'm good. I still have a job. I still take care of my family. But that is not even where it goes to place. Usually, these patients need to have something very traumatic that will happen to them in order for them to make a decision to say, I think I really do have a problem. And until you are able to admit that you have a problem and be transparent and honest into the process, then you can get the help you need.
So where do you come in, considering that these people they are in denial? How do you overcome this problem to make them open up to you and let you help them? What do you do as the professional?
So as a therapist, one of the things that I do is to create a trustworthy relationship with my clients or patient. I need to be empathetic to them and create a judgment-free zone for them. And I'll educate them about what, addiction is. It's not a choice that you can use and stop whenever you want.
Right.
When you have an addiction, it's a disease, and it's a disease of the brain. Most people do not understand that part. The thing you can stop and take upon it. Several people have said, I'm going to stop today, but they have all these withdrawals, especially
Right.
alcoholism. I'll say us as a people, African community, we do not yet understand the devastating effects that alcoholism has on us. And, the moment you wake up, you can, function very well. What do? You take another drink to start your day. And that's how it keeps going until you start failing on paying your bills. But coming back to your question, I cannot force someone. I just have to be empathetic, create a good environment for them, support them, and it is up to them to decide that they are willing to make the change. And until then, there is nothing I can do.
Oh, very good. So for you to be able to do everything you just said, you need to have an opportunity to have the patient in front of you, right?
Yes.
And if they are in denial, how do they even get in front of you if they are in denial? Because they must, what I'm saying is the patient will have to have accepted that they have a problem before they even come to your office. I'm assuming you have like a location, an office where the patients come in to consult with you. Is that right?
Correct. But not necessarily. At times we have families
Okay.
forcing their loved ones to come for treatment. And they might just come because, my wife said if I don't come to treatment, then she's going to leave me.
Okay.
My kids say if I don't come to treatment, you're going to cut off with me. The patient is coming to please their families, but they're not coming because they really, really want to be there. There are other people who are court-ordered to come to treatment. They're coming because they need to be clear. If not, you're going to jail.
Oh, I see.
But in that point, there are so many patients that have come due to external influences. And by the relationship that we've created, they were able to say, you know what, I think I really do have a problem. And I think we need to, dig down into this and get the help.
How do you handle patients that keep going back?
They say relapse is part of addiction
Treatment?
recovery. Yes, because...
okay.
Several patients have still not understood what it takes for them, to stay sober. You need to be able to learn the coping skills and exactly the reason why you are addicted to these substances. I would say that most people have a lot of mental health issues. They have a lot of trauma that they're dealing with. But until they are ready to have trauma-informed therapy and to dig down with the issues, that are bothering them. Some will have abusive relationships and, they are masking it with drinking.
Right.
And as a result, even if you stop drinking, you still have those underlying mental
Causes.
health issues.
Right.
And if you don't deal with that, guess what? It's going to resurface and you're going to go back. So that's why I said earlier on, it is to create a healthy connection with your patients so they can feel comfortable and trust you. And when they trust you, they can now dig down and tell you exactly what some of their issues are. And in the course of, sessions, therapy, they can become more open and vulnerable with you. But it takes time. There are people who can be with you for months. They never open up. There are people who can open up within 2 sessions. But it takes a while for them to trust you and open up. If they want to, but there are people who are not ready.
All right, let's talk a little bit about you.
Yes.
Have you ever been addicted to anything?
I do not think I have an addiction.
Okay.
I think...
I would say outside of alcohol or drugs.
Yeah.
Or, those are not the only things that we form an addiction to.
Definitely, there are people who are addicted to food, addicted to shopping, addicted to sex.
I am addicted to money.
Gambling, addicted to money, There are people who have addictions like that, but I won't say, I have an addiction that there's something uncontrollable that I can't stop at this time.
Okay, so like I just said, I'm addicted to money. How can you help me get over that?
How is money problematic to you? What issues do you have with being addicted to money?
I always want money. No matter where it is, I always want to go get it. And it's taking a toll on my health.
How
Because
does it take?
sometimes I'll go out to look for money even when I'm sick. So I think it's a real serious addiction because, like you said, addiction is a mental problem because all of that is happening through the thoughts that are going on in my head.
So let me take a step back with you and ask, why the quest for money? What are some issues that you had in your earlier days growing up that caused you to have this? Is it a void you're feeling? Like, looking back at your childhood, why do you think you have this quest?
That's a very good question. While I was growing up, I didn't have a lot of money, even though I did get in contact with money at a very young age too. I made my first million when I was 21. And by the time I was 30, I had made over 100 million francs CFA by the time I was 30. So yes, but growing up, I would say from childhood all the way to high school, I didn't have a lot of contact with money. But then when it started coming, it never stopped. And maybe it's because of the way I looked for it to fill the void that, like you rightly said, during my earlier life. Yes. So, but again, I've got to a stage where I'm thinking that instead of the money giving me a better quality life, is taking a toll on my health. And I don't know how to stop it. I think it would be nice that I talk to a therapist.
Well, it would be nice for you to, start by, let me ask you this question. Do you have a therapist?
No, I do not.
I
don't believe in therapists.
All right. So why don't you not believe in therapy?
Because I've had a problem before where they asked me to see a therapist. And I said I didn't believe in a therapist, and I was able to solve the problem without seeing a therapist. Yeah, that's why.
And I'll encourage you to have a therapist, so you can deep dive into these issues. One of the things that I'm talking as an African, a Cameroonian in this community, we do not believe in therapy. I'll say it is great and very helpful to have like a neutral person, someone is non-judgmental, is not going to gossip about your issues to someone else, and someone that's going to help you get the tools to cope with whatever issues you're having. So I think it's time for us as a community to embrace that part and just take care of these services. We have a lot going on with us. A lot, traumatic relationships, issues, depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, autism. We need sessions, we need therapy. So I'll encourage each and everyone to have that because it's worth it.
All right, I'll listen to you and try to see if I can get myself a therapist.
Thank you.
I also have one of my tech guy here. He is alcoholic. How can we help him?
So I'll say, has he admitted that he has a problem?
Yes, he has.
Has he admitted that he needs help?
I don't know about that part.
Okay. So I think, the first thing is to encourage him to get, a therapist. If he thinks that it's out of hand and he cannot, I'll encourage him to go to an inpatient facility to get like detoxified from his, from the alcohol. And eventually right there you understand exactly and you learn people, places and things. You have to get away from people that cause you to want to drink. So let's say, hypothetically, if he was always with you and you were drinking, he will need to put boundaries as to, if I'm coming close to you, we are not drinking. He will need to know the things that, can cause him.
In that case.
Yes.
I'm not ready to lose a friend.
What is better for you, your friend's life or your friendship?
My friendship.
All right. So you don't care if he drinks to that. That'll be okay.
I'll find a new friend.
All right, but that is not practical and that's not good. So I'll say, I'll just say encourage him to go to treatment. We need to.
Okay, but thank you so much. I'm about to get to the conclusion, but I have one last question. I know one of the things you mentioned as an addiction was sex.
Yes.
Right? Is addiction always bad?
Addiction is something that you do constantly, and it gets to a point that you can't function very well because you can't stop doing what you're doing. So, whatever you keep doing constantly and it's affecting you financially, mentally, psychologically, it's an issue. I will need to learn to curb on it. So, whatever is wrong, like there are people who are addicted to exercise and they start taking steroid, it's not good.
With sex as the case in point, how can that affect your life negatively?
Some people can just keep having sex to the point that they are obsessed, and they can have sex with anything or anyone, which becomes, an issue. It can lead to promiscuity. It can lead them to having, diseases rampantly. So I would say sex addiction is an issue because maybe the partner will not be open to having sex on a constant basis. They might want to have sex like 5 times.
So would you say that sex workers are addicted to sex?
That's a job that they have. They didn't tell you it was an addiction. It's a job that they have. It's a job description that they are performing their job roles.
All right. Linda, thank you so much for coming to speak with us today. It was very informative, and I hope that our audience is going to learn a lot from the knowledge and information you've shared today. We look forward to having you in the studio again.
Thank you for having me, and I'm glad we're all here today, and I'm sure we are all going to have therapists and get to working on that part.
Thank you. Like, hit, and smash the share button, subscribe, comment. Let us know what you're thinking. And until then, see you next time.